everybody, it's Donna here, and I would like to share with you a root chakra class. So root chakra is the very first chakra. It is your base and your foundation. The color associated with it is red, and it encompasses the feeling of safety and security, being really solid and grounded in you and in your place in this world. And so that is the root chakra. We're going to be working a lot with foundation and breath and movement. So come along for the journey through the root chakra. All right. So finding a comfortable seat, please. You can rest your hands anywhere that feels right. Nice and tall in the spine. If you'd rather sit on a chair or lean back against a wall, please do that. And then allowing the gaze to turn down, or maybe closing your eyes completely. Begin to tune into the breath. Breathing deep in the belly, really focused down low. If you'd like, you can even put a hand on your belly if that helps to bring your awareness to that area of the body with some proprioceptive feedback. And after a few breaths, that deep belly breathing, I invite you to add in the middle of the chest. So inhale in the belly, then inhale into the ribs, expanding them. If you'd like, you can put a hand on your heart. Exhale in the ribs, exhale in the belly. Inhale belly, inhale heart, exhale heart, exhale belly. Okay, so down low, and then medium, exhaling medium, and then low. Expanding on the inhalations, gently releasing on the exhalations. All right. Now we're going to add in the clavicles, those collarbones. Inhale deep in the belly. Inhale into the chest. Inhale all the way up to the clavicles, into the shoulders. Exhale from the shoulders. Heart. Belly. Inhale low. Inhale medium. Inhale high. Exhaling high. Medium. And low. Do 2 or 3 more rounds at your own pace. And when you're done, take a full breath, and then allowing the eyes to flutter open. Nice. Take your legs out in front of you, give them a little bit of a shake. And we're going to come into half Lord of the Fishes here. Okay? So bringing one knee up to your chest. Okay, the other leg can remain extended. And then you're going to take the foot across the leg. Okay? If you'd like, at this point, you can bend this front knee, bringing the foot back by your hip, or not. Okay. And we're going to turn over that front leg. So inhaling, lengthen up, exhaling, twisting. Okay. And you can take your gaze forward, or to the side wall, or back behind you. See how it feels. Just warming up. So it's not a super deep stretch here. You don't go for, deep and impressive. Just allow the body to open up. One more breath. Coming back. Because yoga is not about impressing anyone. We leave our ego at the door and off the mat. Second side, bringing the knee up. Taking the leg across. And again, if you'd like, feel free to bend the knee, bring that foot down by your hip, or not. Inhale here, exhaling, coming into that twist. Okay. And breathing deep again, deciding where it feels best to take your gaze. Just opening up the spine here, softening in. Inhale, come back to center, exhale, undo, shake the legs out. Press the ankles and come on into child's pose. So knees can be wide. If you'd rather do puppy pose with the hips up high and the head down toward the ground, feel free. Or take those hips back. You can rest on your hands or stack them. Maybe that'll feel good. Or if you'd like to get that lovely lengthening in the side waist and the shoulders, go for that. One more deep breath there. Beautiful. Coming up onto all fours, move around a little bit. And when you're ready, curl your toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Feel free to walk it out a little bit. And then walk your feet forward. Hang. Soft knees. Gentle low back. All right, and from here, we're going to step 1 foot wide. So stepping back and pivoting to the long side of your mat. Right? Feel free to ease side to side as you slowly begin to come up. Nice. And then turn the heels in, the toes out. Knees begin to track over the toes. Coming into a nice wide goddess pose. Breathe here. And take your hands to the back of your thighs. All right? Really focusing on the feet, on your foundation, pressing the feet into the ground. You might feel a kind of a lift as you engage the muscles of the hips and the legs. And then we're going to press the hands into the back of the thighs and press the knees open into the hands. And breathe. So there's lots of activity in the bottom body here, yeah? Big wake-up call. Inhale and exhale. Feel that strength of your foundation. Right to your toes. Maybe you want to lift up all 10 toes if you want a little bit more. One more breath. Beautiful. Straightening the legs, stepping the feet together. Beautiful. Finding your foundation here in mountain pose. Okay? Maybe move a little bit around on your feet, side to side, up and down, rocking into the heels and then the tippy toes. And then planting the base of the big toe knuckle. So that's right here. Diagonally connecting that to the outside edge of the heel. Okay? And then planting the base of the little toe knuckle, that fifth metatarsal, and diagonally drawing a line toward the inside of the heel. Yes, you've got these beautiful X's in your feet, and you'll feel that engagement all the way up into the hips, and then engage your core. Imagine you're getting a big hug all the way around, bringing everything into the center. Energy goes up to the heart, across the collarbones, down the arms, standing tall, zipping up the back body. Inhale and exhale. And I want you to think of a time or a place where you felt you could be completely and uniquely and genuinely you. Wonderful. Embracing all that is you. Your quirks, your strengths, your weaknesses. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Sweeping the arms up. Sinking the hips down, making sure that you can see all 10 toes as you do so. So instead of being forward here, coming up onto tippy toes, let's take it back into the heels. All right, once again, maybe lifting up your toes. Maybe put the big toes down, lift the rest of them up. Oh yes. Put the little toes down, lift the big toes up. Lift all 10 toes up and then place all 10 toes down again. Beautiful. Creating some awareness and activity in the feet. And you can choose to come lower if you'd like, or take it higher. It's your chair. Everybody has a little bit different design in their chair, and I want you to embrace that design. Okay. When you're ready, we're going to shift the weight onto one foot, come up on the tippy toes of the other foot, and then step back mindfully. Beautiful. Turn that heel. You'll notice that the hips open a little bit. Maybe walk your feet wider apart so that we can twist the heart back to the front of the mat. Reach our hands to the sky if that feels comfortable for your neck. If it doesn't, come on here. Okay? So warrior one, Virabhadrasana. So Vira means hero. Bhadra is friend. This is your hero's friend pose. Okay? Engaging your feet, drawing those X's just like we did before. Big toe knuckle on outside edge of the heel. Little toe knuckle inside edge of the heel. Okay? Pressing into the ground. Opening up the heart. If it's comfortable, you can take your mighty arms up, either apart or together. Mudra of your choice as you reach up. Powerful. Big breath in. Full breath out. Nice. Straightening that front leg. Okay, you got that? And then we're going to begin to hinge over the hips. Pressing the big toe mound into the ground, pulling the front hip back a little bit. So you think of this leg getting longer behind you. Okay, now there's lots of options with arms. You can bring them down, reaching long, overhead if you want more strength. Hands to hips if you'd rather. Fists at your back, intertwine, take it up into a shoulder bind. You do the one that feels good to you. This is what I'm going to go for. Take a deep breath in, a full breath out. Beautiful. When you're ready, use the inhalation and press into the ground. Press into the ground, inhale, lift up. Beautiful. We're going to switch the legs all the way to the other side. Okay? So coming into your warrior one on the second side. So again, adjust your feet so that you can make that transition with the chest coming toward the front of the mat, the hips off to the side, being kind to your knee. All right, X's in the feet. Big toe knuckle, outside edge, little toe knuckle, inside edge, press down, engage those legs, strong, rising up. Take the energy out, the crown of the head. Use your arms in a way that feels good for you. Finding your foundation, your strength, being the ideal friend for yourself. Inhaling here, exhale. And then when you're ready, straightening that front leg, and we're going to tip over, okay? So you're hinging right here from the hips. Tip it, tip it, tip it. Long front leg. Yeah, pyramid pose. You do the arms that feel good for you, right? Breathing. Oh yes, big, powerful pose. Inhale here. Exhale. Okay, on your next inhale, press into the ground. Use the energy of the earth to lift you up. Open up the heart and the hips. Turn the toes out and come into goddess again. All right, feel free to move around a little bit. Flow through. Press into your feet. Open up your heart. Maybe bring your hands to your hips. Elbows behind you. If you would like, tippy toes of one foot and take that down. And the tippy toes of the other foot and take that down. Maybe tippy toes of both feet. Stay low. Whoo! That works the hips. One more breath. Heels to the ground. Straighten those legs. Wow. Turn one heel out, the other foot. Toes pointing forward. Okay. Adjusting your stance as you'd like. Arms, one in front, one behind. Legs straight. Reach. And then pinwheel the arms. Coming into your triangle pose. Maybe you gaze up at that top finger. Maybe you gaze down at the bottom one. All right, figuring out what feels good for your body. And work on your ribs. See if you can lengthen these bottom ribs and really engage the top obliques. All right, beautiful triangles. You can count how many triangles you can make and all the ones that you can see with your body. And feel pressing into the big toe mound of both feet, connecting it to the outside edge of the heel. Feel that go up your hips. Yes, good stuff. One more breath here. Beautiful. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend that knee. Coming into warrior two. Now when we bend the knee, there's a tendency that our torso goes with it. Let's see if we can instead take our torso back and lift out of this front hip. Okay, knee goes over toward the baby toes. Nice, you do your version. If you would like, open up your shoulders by turning palms up. Looking over those front fingers, taking aim at your goals, your aspirations, your dreams, and going after them with single-minded purpose. Remember, this is a warrior pose. Virabhadrasana, right? Vira, friend, or hero friend, yes. All right, do yourself a favor, go after your goals. One more breath here. Beautiful. Inhale, maybe you reach the arms up as you straighten the legs. And we're going to switch the feet. Taking the arms out again, straightening the front leg. Reach, tip yourself over, coming into your triangle pose. Okay, pressing into the mounds of the big toe knuckle, and then deciding where it feels good to gaze. And watching the ribs. Lengthen the bottom. Really use these top ribs to help support you. Right? Straighten those legs a little bit more. There it is. You got it. One more breath here. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bend the front knee. All right, and once again, sometimes we'll find that we're just going forward. See if you can think about back. Taking the weight more into the back leg, really pressing into the outside edge of that heel. Right? Maybe if you want, open up the chest, improving your posture, strengthening the shoulders, these deltoids and the pectoral muscles. All right? Gaze over those front fingers. Think about your feet. If you happen to want more in your legs, all you need to do is come up onto tippy toes of that front foot. That's the little more option for you. But lots of us don't need more here. As we focus and breathe and be. Nice. All right, once again, coming up, toes to the long side, reach overhead. Take it to the other side. We're going to step forward. Okay? Think about it and move with precision and mindfulness. Nice. Sweep the arms up, big inhale. Exhale, sinking in the hips. Coming into that chair pose. We're going to add a little bit of a twist this time. Okay, so a little invigorating, getting the heart rate up. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep your hands down to one side. Other side. You can use that ha breath. One on each side. Almost done. Nice. All the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Whew. Nice. A little bit of energy created with the breath. Some movement. Oh, well done. Using those big muscles of the body, the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings. Inhale, extend, and exhale, folding. Soften. Inhale, extend, and exhale, fold. Okay. If you'd like to grab onto big toes, feel free. If you'd like to walk your hands underneath your feet, feel free to come into that Padahasta version here of a forward fold. Inhale and exhale. This is a pose for the entire back body. So everything from the soles of your feet, wrapping up the legs, over the hips, along the spine, the neck, and all the way to your eyebrows. So feeling it somewhere in there. One more breath. Undoing your feet, your hands, your bind. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Mindfully plant your hands, stepping back with purpose. Let's flow through. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, you choose. Downward facing dog. Woo, walk it out a little bit. If you'd rather be in child's pose, be in child's pose. You do you, right? And then bringing your knees to the ground, we're going to get into a kneeling sequence here. So if you would like, feel free to fold over your mat. Okay? Nice. That gives you a little bit extra cushion to work with. All right. So if you'd like, take your fists and place them at the base of your spine, kind of where those lovely dimples are along the crest of the pelvis. Okay? So you're giving your back some lovely support there with those fists. And we're going to press deep into the ground with the knees, drawing up along the front body, okay? Beginning to lengthen through the belly, into the sternum, imagining that there's a string hooked on the sternum that's lifting it higher. Invite the elbows toward one another behind you, open up the heart, and breathe. You can look forward, or kind of where the ceiling and the wall meet, or if your neck feels fine, you can take it back. I'm going to choose the ceiling and the wall location today. You do the one that feels good for you. One more breath here. On the inhale, lift your torso up. Exhaling, sink the hips, bring the hands out in front, child's pose or puppy pose, you choose. Couple of breaths here in this counter pose, getting deep into those back bends, right? Open up the heart. All right, let's do it again. So this version, you can do the same thing if you like, okay? Exact same thing, that lovely baby little camel. Or you can go for a one-humped camel, reaching one hand back towards your feet. You can curl the toes and lift the heels if you want, or keep the feet flat, whichever works for you. The other hand reaches for the sky. And I want you to stretch your arms in both directions. It's not so much about getting to the heel, it's about lifting and energizing. So pressing down in the knees, lift up through that front body, extend diagonally across the upper back. Gaze where it feels good for you. Beautiful. And then to come out of this pose, bend that top elbow. Use some momentum. Inhale, and it's going to sweep all the way down and find its way into the other heel. Okay, opposite arm lifts. And once again, press into the ground with the knees. Reach diagonally, so you're lifting up and reaching back and down at the same time. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Take that top arm, bend the elbow. Inhale, reach all the way up and gently come down to child's pose. And as I did that pose, my ponytails popped out. I guess I broke the elastics. So I'll just take those out completely. Best laid plans, right? And breathe. Right. Coming up, we're going to do one more version of camel, and this one is a quad strengthening version. All right, so take your hands out in front of you. Beautiful. Lean yourself back, and then come forward again. Nice. Lean back. Come forward. Again. Back. Come forward. Take both hands to one side. Go back. Hello, obliques. Come forward. Go back. Come forward one more time. Go back. Come forward, take both hands to the other side. Lean back. Yes, great core work. Take it back. Lean forward. One more. Take it back. Come forward. Very nice. Have a break. Woo. Good work. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. When you are ready, I invite you to come up. You can undo the padding underneath your knees. And we're going to come into bound angle pose. Okay, so bound angle, butterfly, cobbler's pose, lots of names for this one. Sitting tall. And we're just going to explore the hips a little bit here today. Taking one knee and bringing it up and down. Other knee, up and down. We're going to add a twist, so maybe bring your hands up behind your head. That works, so you can keep them out of the side. Bring it up, twist over that lifted knee, bring it back, take it down. Bring the other knee up, twist over, back, and down. Okay, one more variation of this. You ready? Lift it up and twist. Bring it back. Lift this knee up. Swivel in the hip so that the foot is behind you. Be here. Big stretch. Maybe thinking about bringing the hip forward. And then we're going to take that and reverse it all the way. Good job. Inhale here. Bring it up again. Twist to center and down. All right, other side. Lift and twist. Center and down. Lift the foot up. Swivel in the hip. Take the foot behind you. Maybe you lift or invite the hip forward. Big stretch. Okay, then lift the foot up. Swivel it all the way back. Nice. Lift the knee. Twist over the knee. Bring it back. And down. Oh, a lovely hip core sequence. Beautiful. All right. When you're ready, take your legs out in front of you, please. All right, sitting nice and tall, coming into that staff pose. Okay, Dandasana. And let's engage the feet, using the muscles of the legs. Invite the toes toward our chest. Chest is broad, hands are down beside us. If you want them on blocks, feel free. Invite the elbows back behind you. Once again, open up in the chest. Use your core. Okay? And let's imagine that the breath is flowing along the spine. So as we inhale, it goes from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. And exhaling, it flows down the body. Okay? Inhale. Take the energy from the root chakra all the way to the crown chakra, and exhaling from the crown chakra to the root chakra. That's it. Feel those energy channels along the spine, that's Sushumna. Opening. Flowing. You may find that there's a spot where you get stuck. It's not uncommon, right? That you're inhaling as you're coming up and it gets stuck somewhere, and you can't really get past that point. It's okay. Okay? Just keep breathing, keep inviting the breath to flow. Maybe on the next time you get a little bit higher, maybe not. Right? And eventually you might have a clear path in going in both directions. 2 more deep breaths. Last one. Nice. All right, give your legs a little bit of a shake. I'm going to come into fire log pose. Okay, so this tends not to be my favorite, but you get to do some things that aren't your favorites, right? So you'll want to take one shin even with an edge of your mat, okay, and adjust your body. And then you're going to invite the other ankle to stack on top of this knee. All right, and I find out really quick just how tight my hips are, and I don't have externally rotated hips, so my knee stays very high. Right? If this is way too much for you, feel free to sit crisscross, okay? Or feel free to rock a little bit, just a little bit of rock your baby. Okay. Now for other people, their knee comes very low and it might even touch the foot, right? If you're one of those people, even if you're not, maybe you think lifting up through the spine and think forward thoughts. I don't have to think very many forward thoughts to get a huge stretch here. Other people will be able to lay on the ground. So you embrace who you are and enjoy your practice. Really flex the toes back so that the ankles are protected, the knees are protected, and the stretch is deep in the hips. One more breath. Stay with it. You're doing awesome. All right. Come on out. Inhale to come up. Take the legs out. Give a bit of a shake. And the second side here, this fire log. So we're stacking our logs, right? So the shin comes parallel to one side of your mat. Begin to stack the other ankle on top of the knee. So you don't want it here on the inside with a big sickle in your ankle here, right? That crescent shape. You want a nice straight ankle. Oh yes, that's a deep stretch. As soon as I really got my foot to that flexed position with the ankle nice and straight, the hip stretch got a little bit more intense. So, right, and then I know I'm doing it right. It's like, oh yeah, there's the feel. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, think forward if you'd like, okay? Remembering always to adapt the poses to you and your situation when you're doing this particular pose on this particular day. It's not a competition, it's not about comparing, it's just about you and your breath and your body. And those things coming together in that beautiful practice that is yoga. Using the breath. Yeah, inhale, come on out. Oh, shake that out. Nice. Okay, next. So we started with externally rotated hips, and then we came into a little deeper external rotation with fire log, and now we're going to come into an internal rotation. So you can sit crisscross applesauce if you like. If you'd rather, you can bring one foot back by your hip. Okay, so working towards an internal rotation of the hip. This leg may want to stay here in front. It may want to cross over, similar to where we started with our Half Lord of the Fishes, or it may want to come back toward the hip. So lots of options. You do your version. Okay, so these are called cow-faced legs. All right, this is your beautiful cow's mouth. All right. Whatever leg you have on top, take that arm up, bending the elbow, tucking the forearm behind your head. The other hand will come to the low back, or it might work its way up, maybe finding fingers, maybe not. I really like to grab a fistful of shirt under each hand, okay? Inhale here, and once again, exhale, folding forward. Oh yes, deep into the hips. Breathing. And I'm going to invite you on your next exhale to hum it out. That's called Brownery Breath, which is your bumblebee breath. Okay, so you just hum out the exhale. Inhaling, hum it long. Then when you're ready, inhale, lift up, exhale, undo your arms. Nice. You can undo your legs, maybe lean back. Take the top one out, take the bottom one out, give them a shake. Fantastic. Then you're going to reverse the legs. So whichever one was on top is now going to go on the bottom. Maybe it comes back. Okay. The other one, lots of options here, here, here. I got to adjust, lift my hips so that my foot has enough space to get back there. My left hip's a little chatty today. Nice. Whatever leg is on top, that arm reaches for the sky. Tuck the hand behind the head. The other hand is going to come to the base of your spine, or maybe work its way up. Fistful of shirt. All right, you got it? Inhale here, exhale, forward fold. As you fold, think soft thoughts. A comfy blanket, a cozy bed, a hammock, or laying on the beach. And once again, Brownery Breath, big hum on an exhale. Inhale, hum it out. Use the inhalation to lift yourself up, letting go of the arms, extending the legs out. Good stuff. All right. Gently bring yourself onto your belly. If you want to flow a little bit, as you do that, feel free. But eventually, we're all going to find ourselves laying down. Whew. Maybe take a moment here, a little bit of a crocodile, taking the legs wider, forehead to the ground, soft. Or maybe it's a temple, if you'd like a little bit of a twist in your neck. And when you are ready, you're going to bend one knee, reach a hand. You might find it back there. You might not. It's fine. You can stay here nice and soft, the head down, or you can press your foot into your hand and begin to lift the chest up. Maybe even using the base arm for support. Beautiful. Gently come down. Rest again. Other side. Bend the knee. Sweep the hand back. Maybe you find it back there. You can keep it nice and soft, or you can press. Whichever version is working for you. Fantastic. Gently let it go. If you'd like a little counter pose at this point, bend both knees and windshield wiper the shins back and forth. Nice. Okay. You can repeat that one-sided bow if you'd like, half bow, or you can go for a full bow by bending both feet, both knees, reaching both hands back. Again, feel free to stay soft, or press back, lift up. As active or as passive as you would like your practice to be. And then come out of your posture. Take it into child's pose one last time. Oh, move slow. Again, puppy pose is always an option if you'd like a down dog or a flow. You do you, knowing that this time, this practice is a gift that you give yourself. And you deserve this gift. When you are ready, come up, swing your legs out in front. We're going to come into Shavasana. All right, so take your time as you come onto your back. Maybe you hug the knees in and rock a little side to side. Oh, it's so good in the low back. I like to extend my legs one at a time, just kind of letting the low back ease in, letting the hips open, take their time. And here, just inquire with the placement of the arms. Like, does it feel better to have the arms down close to the hips and along the ribs, or maybe a little bit wider? Maybe wider yet, or wider yet, but find your happy place, right? Where you can take a nice deep breath, allowing these intercostal muscles and these mid-ribs to really expand. Settling in, finding a sweet spot. And I invite you to imagine and embody the sensation of heavy. And with every exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Your torso becomes heavy. Your thighs, legs, and feet are heavy. Your shoulders, arms, and hands are heavy. Your face and your forehead are heavy. Sink down and imagine that you're sinking past the crust of the earth into the soil, down deeper and deeper to the core of the earth, the vibrant, powerful core. The magma flows, and you feel at one with yourself. You are steady. You are sure. And then gently begin to come back from that core, from that sensation of being heavy. And getting a little bit lighter, coming up, and lighter. And once again, feel as if you are laying on the floor. And then begin to float. Imagine you're becoming light. Your torso is light, lifts off of the floor. Your legs are light and they float. Your arms are light and your head is light, as if you were floating on a cloud. Urethra. Light as a feather. And then begin to slowly descend back down. So that you eventually find yourself once again lying on the floor. And having experienced both heavy and light, let them both go. And breathe. this practice, for this breath, this body, this mind, this soul. When you're ready, begin to move fingers and toes, stretching. Eventually, rolling onto your side. Coming up into a seated position. Pausing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Saying to yourself, I am safe, I am steady, I am sure. I am safe, I am steady, I am sure. I am safe, I am steady, I am sure. I invite you to cup one hand with the palm facing up and place the other hand on top of it with the palm facing down. And imagine within your hands, in that jewel box mudra, a treasure. And it may glow red, it may spin around, or it may pulse. Or it may be some other treasure. Bringing it to your heart, coming into Namaste hands, Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for joining me today for this root chakra practice, grounding, using strong muscles of the feet, the legs, the core, that you may find your sure foundation.